Joining us now for more English spokesperson for the IDF, Major Libby Weiss. Major, great to have you back on. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good morning. So the big news since last we spoke is the IDF yesterday. So you are now claiming control of Gaza. How was the IDF able to achieve this so quickly?
Well, it has been a continuous process, of course, since Saturday morning. The sense of national tragedy, of course, is overwhelming. And the massacre that we saw here is something that will haunt us for time to come without any question. But the IDF has been operating around the clock to secure those communities within Israeli territory, not far from the Gaza border, make sure that there are no Hamas terrorists who are still unleashing horror against the civilian population here. And of course, we remain very, very vigilant. And we understand that Hamas is continuously trying to attack, certainly after the massacre of Saturday morning.
When would an invasion begin? Do we have any idea when that would start?
We're not there yet. Any kind of decision like that is something that would be made on the political level by the cabinet. And of course, the IDF will do, whatever we are called to do. But right now, the focus really remains and has been, of course, on securing those communities and making sure that Hamas doesn't have the means to continue launching attacks towards Israel.
What is the latest on hostages? Are they still taking hostages and going to homes and doing what they did? Obviously, Saturday was the biggest day. What's an update on that?
So the hostage situation it's just heartbreaking. I feel as if anybody anywhere in the world can just see the images online and just be disgusted by almost the sick pleasure that Hamas has taken in kidnapping the elderly and children and just civilians who have nothing to do with anything that is going on. Right now, we know that there are dozens of hostages that are being held by Hamas within the Gaza Strip. And we are thinking about them, of course, constantly as a nation and praying for them and doing everything we can on the security level to bring them back as soon as we can. But first and foremost, they can be released if Hamas releases them. It is something that could happen right now. Hamas could decide to release them. They could come back home safely. And that is obviously the quickest and easiest way to ensure their safety.
No, we know that's not likely, though. Vladimir Putin could leave Ukraine today and the war could be over. And yet here we are in month number 20. We ask with some urgency, just because Hamas made the threat yesterday that they will kill one hostage for every Israeli airstrike on civilian populations in the Gaza Strip. There has to be some sort of plan. And again, that plan probably has to be carried out with some urgency. What can you tell us?
So I think for obvious reasons, I can't elaborate into any sort of operational planning that is being done. What I can say is that their well-being is a top priority for us. We are in constant communication with families and trying to provide information. A general from the IDF has now taken over that mission to get information out to the families. This is a priority. We're a small country. The degrees of separation between these kidnapped civilians and the rest of the country is very, very small. And we are thinking about them, working for their safe release around the clock.
All right. We appreciate you being back with us, Libby Weiss. Thank you.
Thank you.